So hello everybody, this is Bhante Joe here, and I'm just here at the top of this small hill. Actually, it's about halfway up this small hill, and thought to record a wada for the internet. So I thought that could start with a little meditation, so I can lean forward a bit and arch the spine, and look about 3 feet in front, and close our eyes. And can focus in on the breath. Can know when it's coming in, and know when it's going out. If one breathes in a long breath, can just know I'm breathing in a long breath. And if one breathes in a short breath, can just know I'm breathing in a short breath. And can focus in on the breath at the tip of the nose. And when watching the breath at the tip of the nose, can try to be aware all the way through the in-breath, as the in-breath turns to the out-breath, all the way through the out-breath, and as the out-breath turns back to the in-breath again. Trying to keep mindfulness as continuous as possible. And if the mind wanders off, can just bring it back to the present moment, to the breath. And before we finish meditating, can spread thoughts of goodwill, wishing may all beings all around everywhere be happy and at ease. May they put in place the causes necessary to be happy and at ease. And we can make the mind infinite, can make it unbounded, all the way to the ends of the universe and beyond, in every dimension. May all beings all around everywhere be happy and at ease. And can open our eyes and do a short Awada for the internet. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Buddhaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Dhammaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Saṅghaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. Titiyampi Buddhaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Titiyampi Dhammaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Titiyampi Saṅghaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. Tatiyampi Buddhaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Tatiyampi Dhammaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Tatiyampi Saṅghaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. So I actually came up to this ridge last night and the night before and did some camping. And it was very beautiful. There was a full moon out and it kind of lit up this area. There's some flat ground here and there's a kind of view of the mountains all around. So it was very beautiful, very inspiring. And then today I came up planning to record this Dhamma talk. And also to do some kind of internet work, some uploading things on Facebook and other things. And it was very bright. It was hard to see the kind of the screen of the phone, and it actually kind of hurt my eyes a little bit. So it was kind of not the best time to be here. So this is one of the important things, the important principles that a person learns when they come to Buddhist practice, is that there tends to be a time and place for things. There are these principles that one can put into place. So there's kind of principles of how to meditate. There's principles of how to interact with people. There's principles of how to direct the mind when particular defilements come up in the mind. And all these principles can seem to have a straightforward cause and effect relationship. Kind of when the mind is distracted, then one should do breath meditation. When the mind is feeling anger, one should do metta meditation. All these topics that the Buddha recommends at the appropriate time, when the time arises. One of the things about it, though, is that there's this time and place. There's both a time and an occasion to do things. So last night when the moon was out, and it was very quiet here, and there was not a lot of sun. It's kind of very good time, very good place to meditate, very good place and time to practice, an appropriate time to do that. And here right now, the sun has come out. It's kind of actually, it's getting in my eye a little bit, but this would be maybe not the best time, not the best place to stay here to do sitting meditation. And it seems like a very simple principle, something that should be very obvious, that there's both a time and a place to do things. But it's this thing, that there's both this time and this place to do things, that makes Buddhist practice actually quite difficult. It's this thing, among others, that makes it a skill. So basically, it's not just the case that one can take a set technique and just apply it, because there's both a time and a place when these things are effective. There's both a time and a place when they should be done. So if one is kind of growing a plant, for example, one sets up to grow a fruit tree, then there's both a time and a place to water it. If one kind of over-waters the fruit tree, then the roots rot and the tree dies. If one under-waters it, it's the same. And what makes this tricky is that the conditions which tell how much water to put on the tree, they change as well. So one can't really apply a formula. One has to develop this aspect of intuition. And this is where the Buddhist path becomes a skill. Because we have the teachings of the Buddha that are laid out in the canon in a very kind of clear way. The Buddha teaches in an amazingly clear way, an amazingly simple way. Makes the Dhamma very easy, very relatively simple to grasp the principles that he's talking about. But when it comes to applying those principles, that's where it gets tricky. When is the right time and place to act compassionate? When is the right time and place to defend oneself? When is the right time and place to sit, to not speak at all? When is the right time and place to speak with a smile, to joke? All these different things apply to our interactions with other people. Even more so, one has to find the right time and place to apply particular techniques in the mind. The right time and place to do breath meditation. The right time and place to do metta meditation. And the other tricky thing about this is one can manipulate these places. One can try to find places where it's better or worse. So if there's quite a lot of sun here, I can go over to the shade and meditate there. So all of these things point back to this quality that the Buddha called appamado, heedfulness, this kind of quality of appamado. The Buddha said that this is the elephant's footprint. All other skillful qualities fit into this quality of appamado, or heedfulness. And it's this ability to be very careful in knowing the proper measures, the proper balances, the proper weights, the proper proportions through which to move forward in one's practice. The proper time and place to meditate, the proper time and place to speak, the proper time and place to remain silent. And it's these things that make the meditation practice effective. It's like a farmer who keeps watering the tree. If that farmer tries to harvest the fruit when it's still young, when it's not ripe, then that fruit will not be edible. If the farmer waits and observes, knowing when the conditions are there, and he harvests the fruit when it's ripe, then that fruit will give quite a lot of nutrition. And in a similar way, when one applies the Buddha's teachings using this faculty of intuition, using this, combining what he says, what we know from our readings of the suttas, with this ability to judge the appropriate situation, this is when it's like somebody who knows how much water to put on the plant to watch it grow. And this is when one knows how to harvest the fruit so that one can taste it, so that one can enjoy it, and one can be allayed. Because when one gains this nourishment from the Dhamma, one doesn't really need to seek nourishment outside so much. Less and less, one becomes dependent on external sources of food until one can find nourishment within oneself. And a lot of this depends on this quality that everything else fits in, this appamado, this heedfulness, knowing the right time and place, knowing how to apply things in the right proportion so that one's skillful qualities increase, one's unwholesome qualities decrease, and one moves forward towards nibbana. Okay, so leave that for reflection, and hope that everybody has a great day wherever it might be, and wishing you all the blessings of Dhamma practice. Pati Pati Saranai.